Is this Oscar-worthy material?
Welcome to another episode of Neon Radio. I'm Reece.
And I'm Dan.
And this week we're reviewing The Sound of Metal. Or is it Sound of Metal? Sound of Music.
The Sound of Metal.
Sound of Metal.
Yeah.
A heavy metal drummer's life is thrown into freefall when he begins to lose his hearing. I just noticed something.
What's that? Did you steal that from IMDb again?
Well, no, I stole all of them from IMDb. I mean, I gave up on that a while back. It takes too much time. I'm not creative enough. I'll let them do the log lines. He's crying. What I was going to say is, oh my God, I've lost you. Your eyes are so red. You haven't been on drugs or nothing. They're just red. They're tired.
No.
Sorry.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I just noticed they never tell you what the problem is with his hearing. Like what he has or anything.
It was tinnitus, wasn't it?
I don't think so. Because that's like a constant ringing.
Yeah, because in the beginning he was getting ringing. And it just went full-blown deaf because of the... the doctor talked about it.
He says tinnitus?
I think so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Sorry.
Maybe one of our listeners can tell us. But seriously though, how good is Riz Ahmed?
Oh, he's amazing, isn't it, man? He's just like the whole cast though are so good in it.
Yeah, man. And very good. Very good.
A punk, grungy type of feel in the first probably 3/4 of the film.
Yep. I think it just goes full drama after that.
Full drama.
Yeah.
But he is like to portray someone who is losing their hearing, which is their whole life is music.
Yeah. Yeah, you can sense the frustration, the anger.
Straight away.
And then acceptance.
Pretty much, yeah. And
it's like goes through stages.
We can say that is one of the biggest parts of it. The experiences and lessons of this film are what you take from it. It's not really... It's like, it is technically, it's a good film.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean... When it comes to it, it's more so what you take from it. Riz is a character, or the character that he has in the film, probably more so.
Yeah.
He's not the character. He is a man who is lost and feels like he's broken. And he has to learn to be comfortable and independent with just himself and to love just himself in it. And that's really... the main thing, to be peace with your own, yourself.
Yeah, that's the main gist of it.
That's the concept behind it.
Yeah.
There are other things that come in around it, the experiences that they have with one another. Paul Raci is... he is a brilliant actor. So good in this movie. There's one particular scene in this where he breaks down and it's like you're there watching it. Actually, the whole movie, it feels like you're there when they're playing in the band. It's like, oh, I'm here. I'm listening to this crazy music. Yeah. And then you follow, his heartache and you follow his, just... all these things that he's going through.
Really, it's just really real.
Yeah. There's a point in the film, and I can happily give this away, where when Riz's character is in the community... he's given a job, and the job is learn to be deaf. That's his job in it.
That is. Yeah.
And for most of the movie, he's still learning that, learning that he's not broken, that he doesn't need to be fixed. This is just something new to overcome. And I mean, other characters go through other things. I think Joe is an interesting character because he has to learn.
To let people go.
In bad moments. And to his own heartbreak. You know what I mean? Because the scene is heart-wrenching. When you see that final scene with Joe, it is heart-wrenching. Yeah,
it's so good.
And the tension. Like, he has this moment where he, like, breathes in, he goes... And then when this character leaves the room, he goes... He kind of breathes out in this way of, like, everything, he has to leave it for a moment.
It's very, very realistic.
So good.
What about his girlfriend? What do you think of her?
Olivia Cook. She did a phenomenal job. I did not expect, because we've seen her in Ready Player One. I know she's good in Ready Player One.
Yeah.
But
and she only had a small part in this, probably
honestly,
10 minutes,
maybe
15, 20 minutes,
max.
The
start, she had a little bit extra, and then near the end, another 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, so
15 minutes,
short screen time. Yeah,
and she was so good because she has her own past and problems with her family, father and her mother, and she obviously, had her own problems with
accepting her mother's
and self-harm,
death and self-harm. Yeah, is this? She is. She's got a very complex character arc,
which it's really cool. You could probably have gone on a journey with her as well, another complete film, and been just as intrigued with the story and plot.
But I guess the whole thing with all these three characters, they all have some sort of resolution.
Correct.
Yeah. And which is, I think, this type of movie, it's a slow burner.
Yeah,
needs it.
It does. It definitely needs to come to a conclusion, and that's to say that the movie doesn't have to end with everything turning out, or with everything knowing everywhere that these characters are going and what they're going to do with their lives. It has to turn out with them having learnt something.
Yep.
That's it, and it's true. That gives you that.
Yeah, that's the crux of the story.
Pretty much, yeah. On the other front, we get to learn a lot about the American Sign Language community, the deaf community as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's like a documentary.
Yeah, pretty much. And it really is very enlightening to learn about that, because we really don't think about it too much. And I think most of the time we don't see many deaf people in the area.
No.
But
it's pretty rare.
But I wonder if it's one of those things where they just stay a lot of the time in their own community because it's hard for them to even converse with other people, which is sad. But it was enlightening to see how that type of community works together and to uplift themselves and teach each other. Yeah. And it kind of gives me hope for more people to learn it.
Yeah, I reckon they should basically include it in the school curriculum.
It'd be good,
even just learn the alphabet, or
my name is,
or a field trip to go and see these kids, and it's good to show compassion.
Pretty much, yeah. I think it would be very helpful, and either way, I think this was a good movie to actually show how that community works, and to teach you a little bit more about it, even if it's just generally or surface. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let's get into the fact that this is.
I was going to mention it.
Yeah.
Is this Oscar-worthy material?
It deserves where it is on the place of being a possible picture winner. It's got Best Picture.
Yeah.
It's nominated for 6 awards.
Yeah, we've got it's got to get something for sound.
It definitely is going to get sound,
because the experience sound-wise in this, it's like you're in Riz's head, and you feel from you hear this music, and then it cuts out.
Bang.
Music cuts out, and then it goes to electronic, and then it's
really
good.
I could characterize it as there's 3 different ways that he hears in the film, and it takes you on the journey of all 3.
Yeah.
So, which is super interesting, because you get a perspective of how that sounds as, from our perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So from their perspective to us. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you learn what the sound of someone with a cochlear implant is. You learn the sound of someone who's just gone deaf.
Yeah.
Or is dealing with that.
Yeah, so it's his journey is your journey,
so
it's really good. Really good.
Follow that. And I really like that. And it deserves sound at the very least.
Oh, yeah.
After that, though, I think Paul Raci could probably take supporting with it.
Yeah, man, it's
crazy.
I was telling Reece before that when I was watching this film, and there's a scene with Paul in it, and I thought, if he gets nominated for an Oscar, I wonder if they're going to play this scene. And I guess we'll soon find out.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that'll be the scene for sure.
Yeah.
I can't see any other scene being put in it for that moment.
Yeah. Oh man, he was good.
Yeah, so fantastic. Final thoughts on this film, Damien?
This is an eye-opener to the deaf community. Well, to us, for the deaf community.
Yes.
This is a soul-searching film. It's a slow burner. if you like those type of movies, if you... Yeah, it's really hard to pinpoint this because I don't think everyone will like it.
No way. No.
Yeah. This is more of an art house film.
Yeah.
It's shot really well. The characters are really well rounded, and you know they have a great story arc. Man, it's just all the film. It just gels together. So well, and it
and a directorial debut as well.
A directorial debut. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm actually happy for Amazon to buy this because this is something that they needed. I think
it needed to be put into people's faces. It was one of those ones that came straight up the front of, you know, when you turn on the TV and homepage, which is great.
Yeah, which is really good. Yeah. And you know, it's good to see these type of films rather than, you know, your popcorn stuff all the time.
Yeah.
This is getting an 8.5 from me.
Yeah, I agree with Dan. I think I'd give it an 8.5 as well. I think there's a lot to learn here from anyone. Someone who's 18, 19 years old could learn a lot about their own future through watching this film and intaking it properly. You know, it really is a film of lessons and experiences, and it also teaches us, you know, about communities we know nothing about or know very little about, which is important. It opens us and broadens our perspectives. 8.5 sits nicely, and I wouldn't be unhappy if this won Best Picture so far, even though I've watched hardly any of the other movies. So, I mean, this is my contender at the moment. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out the Neon Radio podcast for more spoil-filled, in-depth reviews.
Also, have a look for Neon Radio Reviews on Facebook and Instagram to see what we're up to next.
Thank you for watching this week, and Dan, can you drum us out of this one?
What?
Can you drum us out of this one?
What?
Can you drum... God damn it.
See you later.